Good afternoon, everyone. It's 12:48 p.m. Central Time on August 4th. It's the day after my birthday, but you get the gift. Number one, you get to see my shining face. Number two, um, you're going to find out that we've added something to WP Horde. What is it? That is a very good question. I'm going to go into a little bit of the details, but I'm going to make sure everyone has a chance to come on. I know some people are just getting the notifications that we're going live. So I am going to wait just a moment before we go ahead and post this information or expose it, I should say. I've been hinting around it in the WP Horde group for a little while. Um, this is a huge game changer with the actual software. This takes it to just that much next level. And what I'm talking about is webhooks. Webhooks allows us to do a ton more automation, and it is something that is extremely powerful to the point to where a lot of people are going to give up a lot of their other tools just to use WP Horde. And I'm going to show you why. Here we go. So let me share my screen. And right now you should see this dashboard here, and you should see the link where it says webhooks. With webhooks, you're going to have two different ones. One is a default webhook where every single post gets posted to. All the successful links will be posted to this webhook, as well as the blog name that it goes to, the title of the post, um, and then, yes, so the name of the blog, the title, the content, and then, of course, the URL. Now, of course, you could utilize any or all of it that you want, but that is what the default webhook works with. It sends it just to that. Custom webhooks is where we go into a whole new ball game, because what this sends is the title, the content, the tag, and the category. And what it sends is, and I'm going to show you how to do this in a minute. So here's the title of the post, and then here's the content. And then, of course, we have a tag, and we have another tag, or we have the categories and then tag. So I'm having it go to Integromat at this point in time. And this is the one I'm going to be setting up for social media, but I wanted to see what it looks like, so I have it go to Google Sheets first. And the reason why is so I could test it to see what it actually looks like when it's posting in. One of the areas that I found out was, of course, the uh, content. I needed to strip the HTML. And the reason being is you don't want all the breaks and the divs and other information to go along with it. So if we strip it, that goes away. Now keep in mind, when you strip it, all your ahrefs go away too. So in your content, you're going to need to make sure that you add the URL plane in there, as well as content for it to actually go to. So we have the content, we have the category, we have the tag. We have that all going to my Google Sheets. Now, of course, if I wanted to, I can click here and add, and let's just say that we're going to go to Facebook. And at this point in time, I'm going to do Facebook group, and I'm going to create a post. Now I'm going to choose which group. Of course, the group that I'm going to choose is WP Horde. So let me just go ahead and there it is. As a user, yep, as a user message, well, there's the title. Then I'm going to go down and then content. Now keep in mind, once again, I got to click here to strip HTML and then drag that in between. So now we have that. And then I'm also going to include tags. I'm not going to include categories, but you know what? I can include category as well. But what I'm going to do right in front of them is I'm going to put a hashtag. Everyone can see how this works. So I have the title, I have the content, and then I have the tags. And I can actually space them out a little bit as well. And then I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And I'm going to save it. Save anyway, that's fine. And we're going to run it. Let me take a look here. Yep. That's fine. I don't care. That's fine. So now it's running. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. I'm going to do a submission real quick. Hold on just one moment. Spun content. I'm going to grab this content here, paste that in, scroll up, copy that. And then I'm going to grab the YouTube video URL. I'm just going to put it by itself in its own space there. Choose the blogs, choose my webhook, choose the tag of WPHorde, and then categories, webhooks. And then I'm going to go ahead and put these in as a draft. So it's going to go to my webhook. It's also going to go to my 3 blogs. It's only going to go as a draft at this point in my time to the blogs, but to the webhook, it's going to go live. So I'm going to go ahead and click on start. And you're going to notice here, as soon as it's finished, it's going to submit that over. Do that. Take a look here. Oh, I have to install Integramat on the group, which is no big deal. Just like you would have to install any other portion. So I'm coming over to my groups. I'm adding Integramat. Take me just a moment. Maybe make now. They may have already changed the name of it. Yep, they did. So I added make. So now if I come back over and run this module only. Okay. Boom, it's been posted. So now if I come back over to the community, here in just a moment. Let me go ahead and run this again because I did not add that. That's my fault. So I'm grab the content, grab the URL that I want them to go to or to be highlighted because whenever I strip the HTML, the actual iframe will go away from the webhook only, not from the blogs. Those are still going to post just fine. And then WPHorde and webhooks. And then of course, draft, start. We'll wait for this to finish here real quick. Shouldn't take much longer. This is cool. This is going to be fun stuff, and you're going to be able to understand why this is going to be so beneficial. So this is currently WPHorde group. I'm going to refresh. And there is a spun version of my post. There is the YouTube video. There are the hashtags. There's a tag in the actual category being posted to it as well. So this is a spun version of the content that we put inside a WPHorde. So now you can see how you can use this with Facebook. You could do the exact same thing with Twitter. You can do it with Reddit. You can do it with multiple different social networks. Now, limitations. There are limitations. Inside a WPHorde, depending upon your level, it's a factor of 10. In other words, if you bought 50 blogs, you get 5 webhooks. Custom webhooks, you get 5. You get the default and 5. If you bought 100, you get 10. You bought 500, you get 50. You bought 1,000, you get 100. Why would you want that? Well, the nice part is, as you just heard, if you're using spun content, it will spin it and post it to each one of those webhooks individually. Once more, much more power. So you're able to create a webhook for Facebook, create another one for this Facebook group, and create another one for Twitter, and create another one for Reddit, and then create another one for whatever social media channels you want to utilize this with that allows you to post. Tumblr, Blogger, a GMB blog. Now are you beginning to see the power of this? Can you use GMB blog? Well, let's just see. We'll just click here and Google my business. Let me just scroll down here. What do you know? Google my business. Create a post. Yes, you can. You can use this to create a Google My Business post from WPHorde. Local SEO guys, are you seeing the power of WPHorde now? It's going to be a unique post because if as long as you use spun content when you're doing the submission in here in the content in the title, it will spin it and then post it to Google My Business. It will spin it and post it to name a service. I'm not kidding. So Google My Business, you could see that you could do that. We could create a post, boom. You need to make sure that you're connected to your Google My Business and go forward with that. Now, it's only going to send it to the webhook once. So it's not going to spin it, spin it, and send it here. You have to create each own little webhook and then however you want it to go. The one webhook to Facebook, another webhook to Google My Business, and then you would set them up right here underneath webhooks, custom webhooks. Give it a name, put in the URL for the webhook. That simple. WPHorde is going to be the go-to tool for SEO and posting out content that links back. There's no other piece of software out here that does what this does. So I thank you very much. If you need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Thanks.